Welcome to R.C. Thornton & Associates, a Phoenix-based CPA firm whose mission it is to help their clients achieve financial success. This is part of a series of career development insights for the professional interested in advancing their career. We caught up with a group of CPA professionals at various stages of their career who asked a few questions about how they can make their career better. Stay tuned at the end to find out how to contact Schuck. We're here today with Chuck Thornton of R.C. Thornton & Associates. Chuck, thanks for coming by today.
Well, thank you.
We're here to talk about strategies for a better life and work balance in a CPA firm. Your firm seems to have found that balance for the people that work there and for yourself. However, not everyone can work at R.C. Thornton & Associates. What ideas do you have about balancing career and personal life?
The big surprise is you can do both of those, balance your career and your life at the same time. Part of it is we've been talking about planning careers, but how about planning our personal life? Like, for instance, how many hours are acceptable to you working during the year? How many hours are acceptable during a particular time? For instance, if your goal is you're never going to work more than 40 hours a week, public accounting is probably not going to be for you. However, what can you do if you're working in an environment where there is an expectation of extra hours during a busy season that is acceptable to you? How can you control that? You can do that through better time management on your part. You can manage the stressors and the things that basically detract from your ability to get your job done. So managing your time, managing the time of the other people who detract from your time frame are some of the skill sets that you can develop so you're efficient and you're able to get out of there and go home at the time that you're hoping to get home.
So I'm a little over halfway through my career. Do you feel that a CPA can have total control over the balance between their career and personal life?
No. I know people would expect me to say yes, but the truth of it is any career that you're in, you're not going to have a total control. There's one reason you get a paycheck is because you're working to do something. However, you can have significant control, and that's the point I'm trying to make here, is that by you planning your day, your time management, being careful the type of firms that you sign up and work for, doing your homework for the type of firms, structuring and being efficient, being an organization that's efficient, can give you a lot of time for personal time that you may not have otherwise.
Well, Chuck, I've been in the profession for about 5 years now, and how does your mentoring fit into this balance?
Good question, because I have been mentioning a few things about time management and how you're efficient. And these are some of the things that are in our mentoring program. We do talk about time management. We do talk about interrupters. We do have planned structured time for interruptions where we have specific meetings, but we keep our meetings short to the process. Wasting time is something that we're very conscious about. All the staff are very conscious about it, so no one takes offense when someone says, I can't deal with this situation right now, I have to get this done. And you basically are managing each other in the relationship because you all know you want to be efficient in your workload so you can go home and go have your personal life.
Can today's CPAs really have a quality of life no matter where they are in their career?
They can have a significantly better quality of life if they're not having one. They can have a very good quality of life. Some people like public accounting because of the fact that maybe, yes, they work extra hours during the busy season, but maybe that firm has a policy where they can have extra hours off after tax season, and that might enable them to do some traveling and things like that. So there are ways that you can have a great quality of life. Quite frankly, I understand from people who have worked in both sides, industry and CPA firms, sometimes they feel they can get a better quality of life in a CPA firm than they can working in industry, which is traditionally considered to be more evened out.
I recently just graduated. How does busy season fit into this balance?
Well, you probably, by the time you graduate, you've heard about this thing called busy season in a CPA firm. And if you're going to go to a CPA firm, that means you have accepted that you're going to be working some extra hours during the busy season. How many hours is that going to be is something you need to decide. You'll probably be new in your career, have the propensity to be willing to work more hours simply because you're trying to learn, you're trying to find out what your areas of interest would be. But the same principles apply, being efficient, working and watching that the interrupters of your time, you guard against them. It's the same concept. But again, you're going to be faced with some level of busy season.
Now, Chuck, I've been in my career for about 10 years, and it's always been very hard to balance personal life and work life. But how does R.C. Thornton and Associates meet that balance?
Our energy on this balance has been very deliberate. It was a little bit of a lengthy process for us to make a transition from a traditional CPA firm that just worked all sorts of crazy hours to where we work very moderate hours. For instance, we work 48 hours a week during tax season. That's very unusual for a CPA firm. We take every other Friday off after tax season until June 15th, in which case we take every Friday off until August 15th, and then after that we go back to every other Friday off until we move into tax season where we're at the 48 hours a week. Now, how do we do something like that? It's part of the training program. It's part of the structuring of the time management. It's client selection. We do not accept every client. We do not deal very well with clients that are just very sloppy in the work they give us. We typically suggest they go somewhere else, so we select our clients very well. We train our clients too, and we schedule the work out deliberately throughout the entire year. There's a lot more involved in the process, but it was a very well thought out process where automation comes into play with all this too, but it was a deliberate process that we set it up to be able to achieve those results that we're talking about. Now, one story that some people get a little kick out of hearing is they say, so what about you? Well, I decided 2 years ago to get back into riding a Harley-Davidson motorcycle, and so I bought one. I bought it, I think it was December 29th, and then I had to go get my license. I had to go take lessons, and I literally got the lessons, and I was riding this thing around in the heat of tax season. And that's probably surprising to those people that would have thought you would wait until after tax season to do this.
Well, Chuck, you really can have a work-life balance in your accounting career, it sounds like, especially at your firm. If you want to know more about the Harley-Davidson idea, stay tuned. We'll tell you exactly how to contact Chuck and find that out. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.